Today we'll be creating this stylised kingfisher with pen and ink or watercolour. This project can be done in a couple of hours, is a lot of fun to do and quite relaxing. We'll be using pan watercolours along with graphic fine liners. They come in a good range of sizes and the pigmented ink is waterproof. So for this project, we'll be using a sheet of 300 GSM cotton watercolour paper in A4 sizing, the 28-piece watercolour pan set, and some graphic fine liners. The first step is to transfer our image. To do this, I shade the backside of the printout that you can find on our website. Flip it over, tape it to a sheet of watercolour paper, rough side up, and retrace the outline with a sharp 2H pencil. Now we get to be really creative and create a stylised pattern that emulates the patterning on a kingfisher, softly with pencil. We have supplied a separate reference sheet with the line work we did on our kingfisher, but feel free to create your own patterns. One thing to think about with this step is to observe how the feathers lie on a real kingfisher's body and emulate the shapes. What shapes will show off the crest best? How will we show the wing feathers and the soft feathers on the chest? Once this is all penciled in, we can go over the pencil line work with a 0.3 graphic fine liner. While you're here, take a look around the Create section on our website and uncover a whole heap of free stuff, from free projects, handy tips and tricks and techniques to keep you busy. After all of the line work is in, with the fine liner, we can lay a thicker line around the outside of our little friend. We can use the 1.0 marker for this. Having differing line weights in a work adds a graphic interest. Now for the fun part, adding colour. After the brush is filled with clean water, we create a light blue with a touch of black and sky blue and lay this into the top side of the beak. If you haven't used watercolours, to get a lighter tone you add more water. Usually watercolours are handled from light to dark. Because this is more graphic, we are just adding the colour in blocks rather than creating any blends. There are no colour names with this colour set, so we suggest you make a little colour chart so you understand the colours I mentioned through the project. The supplied water brush gives a wide variety of strokes, and as this is a relatively simple project, it will be perfect. For this project, it's best to begin from the top and work down the piece. This way, the back of your hand doesn't come into contact with the wet paint. After the beak, we can add the cerulean blue colour onto the crest. The band across the head can be laid in with ultramarine blue, then a turquoise band. Differing tones of the same colour can be laid into adjacent blocks to add more interest. We then create a mix of ultramarine with a touch of black and lay this band below the previous one, extending from the eye. Around the eye, we can lay in a light orange, then darken this colour and lay it into the block under the light orange. Turquoise can then be laid into the block under this and across the wing. The eye can be painted in with black, with part of the black lightened, and we have to remember to leave the highlight free of colour. We can then paint in the wing with ultramarine and fade it out towards the bottom of the wing. And then paint in the primary feathers with the turquoise colour. Nature has a funny way of using complementary colours on her fauna. Kingfishers have an orange breast which complements the turquoise of the wing beautifully. So I lay the darker orange over the lighter tone in spots to create more interest. We can then concentrate the darker orange on our friend's underside. And then paint the legs and feet in with this straight orange. And voila! We hope you've enjoyed this fun lesson, and thanks for watching, and hope you've picked up something you can use with your art. Have fun creating, and we'll see you in the next one.